Welcome back. Things are heating up here in the shadow of the Lonely Mountain. In particular, we've got some action going on in the swamps beyond the hills of the ruins of Dale. We move into the recovery phase now. All players retrieve their dice. 5 for the free peoples, 6 for the shadow. And we redraw, so for the shadow and for the free peoples. We're going to change things up a little bit here. I'm just going to activate one general just to show you how this works. Let's go for Thranduil again because of that archery ability, which is pretty good. And we'll place the leadership token. We only get one because we've only activated one general here. That also means the shadow player only gets one fate token. So let's draw, and we've got to go with whatever this is, right? It's just one activation, only get one draw. And it's a 3. Good for the free peoples, bad for shadow. 1, 2, 3. But at least this is discarded now, it's not going to come up again. The important point here is that Bilbo is now ready to enter play. We'll place him over here on his character card. He's now ready to enter play. But in order to do so, we've got to use a character die to place him into play. So at the moment he's ready, but he's not placed. Alright, so they've kind of got these 3 statuses, if you like. Not ready, ready, and then placed. Now it's shadow leadership. I think we're going to place one bat, one great bat here, maybe 2 and 2, and then we'll take 2 leadership tokens, and we get 6, one for each of our dice, and one here. Now we roll our action dice and prep for the turn ahead. Let's roll for the shadow first, shall we? We have a couple of eyes, 1 action and 3 muster. Well, this time we've got lots of muster, no army dice. Good job we've got a couple of bats here to allow us to move under their shadow. Okay, free peoples. That's a little better, I think. A couple of characters. 1 Will of the West, 2 Army muster. Now let's move on and play our actions. Free peoples first. I'm well worried about this advancing army, so why don't I take the initiative and use Thranduil's archery. So we'll discard this token and we'll do what we did last time. We'll choose a region on the board. We'll roll 5 dice, 1 for each. I think it's lake men we're seeing here in range in hills or mountains. But this time we're only going to get a success on a 5 or a 6. These are 5 units that are in range. We're going to target this area here. Let's roll our 5 dice. See if we can't do a little bit better than last time. No. It could have been worse, I suppose, but we only got 1 hit. Not good. Not good. There's 2 damage here now. Now for the dice. I'm going to use a muster die. It's one of these army musters. Put it aside. And we're going to play ringing trumpets. Choose up to 3 different settlements you control. In each of them, you may flip a free people's recruitment token or place a new one. Okay. Now we control this settlement, even if we don't have any army units here, we still control it until Shadow comes in here. So I'm going to place one here. And we'll flip this one. That's a dwarf veteran. Okay, nice. And just wondering if these guys are in range. No, they're way out. I think we'll flip this one here. Not so helpful. That's a dwarf regular. Still, it's always nice to get some new forces out. Alright, Shadow player. Well, the bad news for Shadow is they can't attack. They don't have any army dice, or even a character die. I think I'm going to use my event die to try and pull some options from the decks. We've got Call to Arms, which moves. We can attack with the orcs from Gundabad. That's a powerful card. I might leave that one for a minute. Let's get some more options. Let's use this one. Draw. So it's one story and one event. 3 peoples now, and I'm going to use one of my character dice. I'm going to take away this one with the sword. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if you're ever unsure, there is an action dice reference chart, so you can see that with a character die you can do fast movement. You can move any of all of our characters, but I'm going to do this one. Move one of my armies with leadership up to 2 regions. And the army I'm thinking of is this one here in camp. I could move into the ruins of Dale, or possibly come along here and try and protect this fort. I don't want these guys coming around and flanking. So those are my options. I don't have a leadership token here, but Darwin is here. And Darwin, if we look at his character card, does provide leadership. This is the leadership value here. Alright, so it's 2 leadership. So I can move that army. And what I've got to be cautious of is this army coming around here. So although this is vulnerable, I would like to protect this ford. I'm actually going to move these into the ruins of Dale. At least we've got some defence now. Much more important, I think. Let's see now. What did we draw? Whirling Bats. Remove up to 2 Great Bats from play. For each Great Bat removed, remove 1 3 people's leadership token. And then we have marching companies. Move up to 3 friendly armies. No, that's not helped us at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a muster die. I'm going to remove this bat, and that will allow me to move 1 army in the Broken Lands. Just 1 region, and we're going to come across here. We're going to try this flanking manoeuvre. 3 peoples now, and I think we're going to try and strengthen this position even more if we can. I think we may just use Bilbo. Let's just see. We do have, he's not lost. Bilbo does like getting into the fray. But what we're going to do is we're going to use character die, place Bilbo in a region containing another 3 people's character or a leadership token, and then place 5 ring tokens on this card. So we'll flip this over. I'm going to grab Bilbo's ring tokens. There's only 5 of them. Place them here. What these tokens allow you to do is to remove damage from an army that Bilbo is with. So he protects this army. And yeah, we're going to place him here because there's a leadership token here. Bilbo is in the fray. Shadow player still not ready. The dice were not good for us. Let's see. We can't move this army again because he's now moved into the eastern bank. So let's put some pressure on the mountain passes instead. One more goblin in each. Just 1 more here and this pass is going to open. That should start to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Back to 3 peoples. Now I think we're going to take the initiative. Although the Shadow Army has terrain supremacy, and I'll show you that in a moment, their hesitancy means I'm going to take the opportunity to attack. I've got a lot of cards which allow me to remove damage and rally my troops. I've got Bilbo there. Let's maximise them. So I'm going to use the flag, this army muster die. This army die gives me two options. I could, if I wished, attack a region with all armies that are adjacent. So I could attack here with this one. If there was another army here, I could attack with both because they're both adjacent. Okay, that's called a combined attack, attacking a region with multiple adjacent regions. The other option is that you can do a move and attack. Instead of attacking a region with all adjacents, you're taking one army, moving it, and then attacking. Okay, you don't have to even attack. You could just do half of it, right? So I could use an army die just to move the army without attacking. So there is a temptation here to actually just move and then use the attack on my final die to do a combined attack on this army. In fact, why don't we do that? Because this army's not going to get round to here, is he? 1, 2. No, he's going to need to move 3. Yeah, he can't move that far unless he's got some kind of crazy card that I don't know about. You can't move that far and take the ruins of Dal. Why don't we just use the army die to move those guys in, and we'll attack next turn. So in actual fact, we can use our army die as a strategic movement. We've got no intention of attacking. So strategic movement is move 2 armies, 1 region. So I'll move this one here, and then I'm wondering whether to move these dwarves out the front gate. Let's do that. Well, I think Shadow Player is quite happy. Bring it on, he's saying. But I would like to reduce these damage. And the muster die allows you to take the rally action. I'll show you how this works. It works for 2 different armies that are damaged, but we've only got 1. So it's a little bit of overkill, but never mind. The first thing we do is we roll dice equal to the number of units. So there's 5 units, 5 dice. And we're going to be able to remove a damage token for every 5 or 6 we roll. And we got 2. So that means we can remove 2 damage tokens. After rallying, you could also, let's say I didn't have any successes, you can actually reduce the damage tokens. You can normally only do this during combat, but during rallying as well, if that failed, I could actually take a wound, and for every unit depleted I can remove 2 damage tokens. Alright. That's a good result. Now we're more prepared, we're back up to full strength. And now the Free Peoples are going to use their Will of the West, we'll turn it into an army and launch our combined attack. And we're going to attack this region with these 2 adjacent armies.